Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, September 16th, 2021, and you can find this. Nick is definitely wearing Skinny Sweats podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast. I almost said policy in the galaxy. You can watch me terribly fail at video games Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814. And I stream Friday nights now playing Destiny 2 on YouTube, but I can't tell you what the channel is because it's just a bunch of letters. But
you can also watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
And you can find the both of us on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And in this week's episode, we're talking with Ono Plays. Ono is a Twitch streamer, member of the greatest stream team to ever exist, the Garrison.
Whoa.
And he plays Super Mario Maker. So, Ono, welcome to the show. And what have you been up to?
Hey, yo, what's up? Thank you for having me on the show, man. First of all, let's start with that.
You're very welcome. We're happy you're here because we've never had anybody on the show that plays Super Mario. So prepare for the questions.
Oh yes. So man, that game, it's funny. It's comparable because I played Dark Souls too, but mainly Mario Maker now. And
my God,
they're both just as frustrating.
I was going to say you're a glutton for punishment.
No
sir.
shit.
Oh yeah, it's rough, but it's the way. It's a lifestyle. You know, once you get into Once you start that lifestyle, you end up finding games exactly along the same path. So
forever it shapes your destiny.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. I'm kind of stuck to those now. I played other normal games, and it's just doesn't quite scratch the itch. You know what I mean? It's just not quite what I need.
I getcha.
When you play a different game that's not one of those games, do you put it on the hardest difficulty?
It's funny because I used to never ever want to play it on the hardest difficulty, but you nailed it. That's like, I just do that, and it's for no reason. It's for no reason. It doesn't make any sense because think about a new game. You pick up a brand new video game, never played it, haven't even been through a tutorial, maybe didn't even read the Steam description before you even bought it. And then you're just like, okay, difficulty max. Like, there's no sense to that. But here I am.
I feel like I know. So I remember when Jedi Fallen Order came out, and a friend of mine, he's another streamer, Jigsy. He was playing Dark Souls and doing all of those games. And as soon as he got Jedi Fallen Order, he went right to Grandmaster. He's like, "Look, I played Dark Souls. This game is not going to be harder than Dark Souls." And he finished the game on Grandmaster.
Wow,
I couldn't do that.
No, I mean I could maybe do like the step up from normal, like I do hard, whatever that is. I played it on normal. That's usually my spot for games, but but I get what you're saying. Once you start like playing and you're used to like a preposterously difficult game like a Dark Souls, Super Mario Maker, things of that nature where you're constantly dying and the learning curve is super high, I feel like that can just kind of be the lens that you look at games through. You know what I mean? Like you accept the suck, basically. You know what I mean? And now, like, you can, for Marcus and I, we would lose the value of the game or like the enjoyment of the story or whatever it is because we're not used to dying so often and the difficulty. But like, so for someone like you or Drixie or someone who's used to playing at such a high level of challenge, like you can still appreciate the base game while you're going through all the tough mechanics. Does that make any sense?
No, absolutely. And it's funny. I'll say this up. Just because we're gluttons for punishment doesn't mean we're good at the games.
That's true.
We're so. I think it's a patience trainer. That's all it is. It's like people grind in RPGs. You play Final Fantasy and you got to level up for a couple hours to beat this boss.
Right.
And it's kind of the same thing, except you don't level up. It's really you're leveling up yourself. So it's like it's a whole nother little realm when it comes to that.
I play story games to enjoy the story, right? And at the same time, I do agree with you both, because Nightmare Raiding, it's all about learning the dance.
Yeah.
That's it. And once you learn the dance, it's like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. I need to push this button and that button instead of that button and this button, and now we win.
Right.
So I do understand it completely. What nights do you stream, and what is your Twitch handle?
My Twitch handle is Ono Plays. I stream Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The correct time zone.
Exactly.
Yeah, the only time zone. Others exist.
Exactly. The only time zone. The only real time zone.
It's the truth. It's amazing to me, and I'm sure all of you know it. When you have somebody in your stream and you're talking to them, it's the first time, except in like the guild, but like for me, you talk to somebody and you're like, oh, good evening. And they're like, it's 8 a.m. And you're like, what? Or they're like, it's 4 a.m. And I'm like, what? Have you slept yet? And they're like, no. And it's 9 o'clock p.m. my time. And I'm just like,
how?
Like the time zone, it's because you never know.
Right. That's crazy to me, like, that people do that. I suppose there's folks in the U.S. that do it too, but I'm like, I would never like turn on Twitch at 8 a.m. You know what I mean? And watch somebody from Australia.
See, I disagree with you.
I guess I should say, like, I've never thought to do that until, you know what I mean? If you find somebody you really enjoy.
See, I have a lot of Australian friends, and that's exactly what happens. I wake up, and vice versa. That happens to me on those nights that I stream. A little bit later in the stream, I'll have one of them come in, and they're saying good morning to me. Very, very well knowing that, it's nighttime here.
Right.
So it is funny because they will do the opposite. You'll see people pop in, waking up, and they just pop in your stream. You're like, wow, I'm the beginning of your day. Whoa.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
sorry.
Yeah, no, I just think I think it's a part of the Twitch culture, right? So Nick, what do you watch when you wake up on your phone? Or do you listen to a podcast?
On the way in, I usually listen to a podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm listening to something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I unfortunately don't really have anybody that plays video games first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
But sometimes at lunchtime, when I'm eating my lunch and I have my headset on in the shop, and I'll click on and see who's streaming, Kitty or anybody, just because, I don't know. For me, I'd much rather watch a Twitch stream than I would a YouTube video. That's me.
I get you.
But at the same time, the Twitch community has kind of molded me to that, I guess I could say, because I want to support all the people that support me. And you're saying, oh no, if somebody from Australia is streaming and it's my lunchtime and I can be in their chat for 5 minutes to be like, hey man, how's it going? That goes a long way.
Yeah. Because
it shows that you care. And hey man, I had 5 minutes and I got to catch your stream. Sweet.
Yeah. I guess it's just, I haven't like experienced that with Twitch yet. Cause I'll definitely get up early and watch a Premier League soccer game.
Yeah, it's the same
like
thing.
If Liverpool has the 7 a.m. game, I'll get up and stream it in my bed,
Right. Or, and I challenge you tomorrow morning or one morning when you wake up and you're laying in bed, or this weekend, just put on Twitch on your phone and search the game that you're playing, like Horizon Zero Dawn.
You see if
just
someone's
search
streaming it,
and start watching it, or another game that you really like, and just watch them for 5 minutes. And be like, hey, in the chat, and next thing you know, a conversation strikes up, and next thing you know, you're like, wow, this stream is awesome,
right?
And then you end up back there another day, or they end up in your stream on a Monday night, and you're like, whoa,
right?
How did you end
Good
up
day,
here?
mate.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head, though, when you said, especially being involved in Twitch as a streamer, it kind of curates you to that environment and that culture. So you do end up, like, not everyone, obviously, but I feel like it's more common to see streamers, when they wake up, they might watch a streamer. Or like you said, on your lunch break, they choose to watch a streamer. Or, they're going to bed. Maybe they might pop in on a streamer. Instead of those things, those ladders, like you said, instead of catching up on a Netflix show or a YouTube video or whatever. I think that's a big defining thing with being a Twitch streamer yourself, is you end up so engrossed in the culture of Twitch, which isn't good or bad. There's no, connotation there, but that, like, versus I'm going to wake up and watch a soccer game, and there's nothing wrong with any of it. It's good to take a break from Twitch. I just, you totally nailed that right there.
One of my really good friends, I met him via Twitch. Like legit, Kogus.
Yeah.
I met him on Twitch. Then we started talking. Then we started playing SWTOR together off and on. Then when the New York City Cantina came on, he flew into our local airport and then drove with Nick and I to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Like that wouldn't have happened if I never watched his stream.
Oh,
That's the culture.
Yeah.
And I find myself, I don't even watch TV anymore. I watch Twitch because I find watching my friends or people in the stream team or just anybody random, I find that to be more entertaining than any TV show can give me. And that's what's awesome about 2021. Forget about everything that's going on in the world. The fact that we can do this. Can you imagine? All right, here, play this out. Imagine it being 1985. Okay. Or even 1990. Okay, let's go to 1990. That's more realistic for me.
Okay.
1990, but in 35 years, this is going to be the way life is. You're going to dread every day because you're going to be like, this sucks.
It's so boring.
Give me the internet.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to watch somebody play a video game, not connect 7 Xboxes via an Ethernet cable just to play Halo 4, 2 TVs with 4 screens, split screen.
Right.
Right? So in Twitch, like some days, like when I'm downstairs and I'm just playing a video game by myself, I have like 9 Twitch streams on. And I'll say hello in all of them, and I'll pick one to listen to for 10 minutes. Then I'll mute that one or turn the volume down so I keep my viewership and go to the next one and make sure I say hi. I want to support everybody.
Right.
Like Twitch has done that to me because so many people show us love. How can we not reciprocate that?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's just awesome.
I agree with you. It's hard. It just, and it's funny that you mentioned that. I recently had to take I put a Twitter post up and my Discords, all that stuff. I was like, this was about 2.5 weeks ago. I was, let's just say I have my 1 year is coming up here at the end of this month. And
ooh, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I'm excited. Like, yes. But
are we doing 6 hour, 12 hour?
We're doing a normal stream and that's it. But, a lot of people do like crazy streams, but I don't have the energy to go beyond 6 hours. So maybe 6 hours. We'll see.
Let's go 6 hours. Let's go.
But we ended up, it's funny, all the way up until this month, essentially, I had some stuff in my personal life go on. Nothing bad. Just like I had to refocus
busy.
a bit.
Busy.
Yeah, busy. And being a father, full-time job, all that stuff, like a lot of people out there that stream. It's just like you catch up after a while. You're like, oh, okay, hold on. I gotta take a step back. And so I ended up doing that. And I was at the point of obviously watching like you, like I'd have tons of streams up. I was like chiming in. I was watching stuff. Like I'd have to go out and do something. I'd leave a lurk up. I'd have to go make dinner. I'd chime in, blah, 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 go make dinner, etc. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I just want to say there is a healthy portion of that every now and then it's totally okay. And as a streamer, totally understandable for viewers to take a step back, especially if you're a streamer and a viewer. And I learned that, I always had that thought of what you said, like reciprocation. Like if people are showing me love, man, I got to show them love. And
100%.
And I believe that. But there is a certain point that you gotta look out for your own mental health, your own capacity of love when it comes to your friends on Twitch. So that's my only disclaimer. It's funny. I went from doing that to like, okay, well here, how about this? How about when I'm at work? Cause I have the accessibility at work to watch streams at the same time. I could throw it up on a monitor kind of deal.
That's awesome.
I was like, all right, well, I'm at work, I'm watching these streams, I'm doing my job. And I was like, man, it's hard for me to focus on certain things. And I was like, I really just need to put one up, tab it out, and mute the tab, so the viewership's still there, but not, the video's still going. And I need to not be involved. So my way of showing support sometimes has turned to not even physically showing up there, which is funny because I thought initially, I was like, man, this could be like maybe not detrimental, but damaging in a way to how people view me. And maybe there's a lot of people out there expecting reciprocation. So they think, okay, I don't see Ono around. So, maybe I'm not going to go to Ono's right now. I'm going to click on someone else's tonight, which is a fine decision anyways. But I found out that for the past 2.5 weeks or so, I've been reeling it back a little bit just for my own personal life, right now. And I found out, man, the communities, a lot of these communities still love you, even if you have to take a step back. So I just want to throw that out there. That's like that's a big other end of that I think a lot of people don't identify in themselves, and they ignore it, and eventually they get burnt out. So it's like, take those little breaks, take those times to yourself, go touch some grass, as some people would say, and then come back inside.
So I completely agree. I don't know when it was, last week or the week before. So Nick can agree to this.
Yeah.
My schedule I'm I don't want to say the word regimented, right?
Yeah, I think
I'm regimented.
You can say that.
Yeah. So like, I'm at work every day at 7:30 and I work till 4:30 or 5 o'clock every day. It's my business. I build cabinets. Let's go. Streaming, I look at the same way. Like, I stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. That shit happens rain or shine. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I was toast. Like, I was so toasty toast that I just couldn't do it.
I think it was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right? Or was it last
Tuesday
week?
or Wednesday? Yeah, one of the days.
Yeah.
And I just had to take a night off, and it killed me. But I do agree. You need to take the time for yourself, and I completely get it. But at the same time, the way Twitch is about consistency, and you have to take care of yourself. Like, a day off is great. For me, I can't do like a week off or 2 weeks off. I feel like I would lose my momentum. You know what I mean? Of that consistent base. But at the same time, taking that night off, it felt fantastic. But I'm sure you both will agree to this. When you come back, whether it's one day off or 3 days off, it feels like, oh my God, I haven't seen you guys in a week or 5, or it feels like a year. And it's like you have a new found energy.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's like all excited all over again. I don't know, for me.
I totally get it.
Yeah. And to that point, it's so when it comes to being a streamer, I'm with you on that, where you should be consistent. If you have scheduled days, you should stick to them, rain or shine. I like that. That's typically how I am. I think in the past year, I've only, due to one family vacation and a couple times where I was feeling what you just felt, I probably have taken, out of a whole year, I've taken less than 7 days off streaming. But
sure.
Definitely as a viewer, spending your time, stretching your personal time outside of streaming is what I really want to hit there, is that, if you're cooking dinner, you got to play with your kids, you got to do other stuff, like just leave a lurk up. Sure. But you got to, I think it's healthy to allocate time to your Twitch as a viewer in a healthy manner.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's funny in my house. It's because you hit the mark. So cooking dinner and dinner time is family time. But I do the dishes every single night of the week, right? Okay. On the weekends, I cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Mostly not lunch, because I'm usually working on the weekends too. But either way, what I'm saying is I always do the dishes. I'm the dish guy. So my family thinks it's hilarious that as soon as I start doing dishes, I turn on Twitch and I'll watch Kitty or Chimera or whoever's on, and I'll rest it on the windowsill and I'll just watch it nonchalant. At some point I'll say hello in chat, but that's it. And then I'll just shut it off. Like, see you later. You know what I mean? But I do agree, as a viewer of Twitch, you do have to take a break, because it's really hard to keep up. And the other thing that I find is really hard to keep up too is Discord.
Oh my God, I get lost in Discord always.
I don't want to show you how many notifications I have right now.
Oh, want to have a game? Want to play a game?
Marcus could probably beat you here.
No. How many do you have?
Me out of let's see. Hold on, 1, 2, 3.
Out of all your Discords, how many know those? What's the red circle say?
Wait, is there like a collective total I can look at?
Yeah.
Because I have.
Yeah. Are you on your phone? It should
No,
say
not on my phone.
On your thing.
I'll look at my phone. Right now, I see one of those Discords. I have 700 and something notifications.
Oh shit!
You got Marcus.
Just 1,222 on my phone.
Okay.
Wow.
I've only got 27. It's because I clear it out because that red dot drives me crazy.
Yeah, me too.
You could tell I ignore it a lot. Not Discord, but the dot.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's so funny. I have to shut like notifications off, like because all the time, and then I'll turn one back on because I really want to be involved in this or something's going on that I want to know. It's just insane.
Yeah,
There's so much involved in being in a community. It's crazy. And doing the podcast for so long, you don't realize how many people
actually listen.
And you get in touch with, and then after that, you join their Discord and you start chatting with their community, and then you're chatting with the next community, and next thing you know, you're talking to everybody.
In like 45 Discord servers or something.
Yeah,
yep.
And it's just chaos.
It's awesome in every way because you get to, what I really love about Twitch and Discord and like this community is each one has its own flavor.
Yeah,
nobody is the same, and it's freaking awesome.
It is awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own style. And that's what I really like. Anyway, Nick, what have you been up to?
So last week, obviously I was not on the show. I was a little worried I had COVID again, but I did not. I just had like a super mega nightmare mode level cold.
Nightmare.
Yeah. But I conquered the boss. I got through. I did the dance correctly, and now I'm fine. But yeah, a couple of Schwabarooskis later, I was like, okay, it's not COVID, but I definitely had a bad cold. And Marcus is giving me the pinky up with his Pellegrino. Delicious. It's fancy water. So Horizon Zero Dawn is continuing to be absolutely epic on Monday nights.
And dude, can we just say that game is even more beautiful?
Yeah.
Even more beautiful at night than it is during daytime of the game.
I know.
Like at night, like all of like the sci-fi glows off like those rabid dogs, robot dogs, and like everything has like this weird glow.
Yep.
It's so sci-fi and so awesome. I wish you could just play at night.
I know. Just only night mode. You know what's crazy? My mom actually tuned in last week.
I saw her in the chat list, but she didn't say hello.
And she was like, I didn't want to say too much. I'm like, what do you mean? That's the whole point. Keep typing. But I was just appreciative that she came by. She was like, whatever you were playing looked like real life. That looked really cool. And I was like, yeah, that game is beautiful. And the story's cool. I'm getting into the thick of it, if you will.
You know, but it's got to be hard because you're only playing it one day a week.
I know. It kills me. I want to play like 6 hours in a row or like 6 or 8 hours a week or something like that. Just crush it in like a month. I don't know. I can't commit to more than one day a week. And now I don't want to mix it up because then people watch me every Monday. You know
Correct. Yeah. And you want people to follow the story.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
Now, what about doing a longer stream?
I could probably do that. I just run into the issue that like after streaming, I'm all amped up and I have to go to bed because I got to wake up for work at 8. Thankfully, I've been working from home this week. So like I don't have to get up an hour before I have to be there. I just get up, 5 to 7 minutes before I have to clock in. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Do you get tired playing?
Not really. I get a little bit. It depends on what's happening in the story. If I hit like a couple of big main story quests, then no, I don't. But because I'm like running through it and those usually take, a good chunk of time to get through. But if I'm like sort of between quests, like I did a couple side things, I'm collecting resources. I have to do like, sell stuff to vendors and upgrade my gear and it, you know what I mean? Then it's a little bit more tedious. I like that stuff, but I don't get like lost in the game. And then I look back up and 45 minutes have passed. You know what I'm saying? When it's stuff that like drags a little bit and you don't get lost in it, then I like kind of feel like the stream is a long time. Largely, no, I don't really get tired playing it.
What about you? Oh no.
Video games in general, I'd say it totally depends on the video game. It's Let's say the difference is, for instance, I speedrun a game called A Short Hike. I could probably do that for 12 hours straight and probably wouldn't get tired of it. Which dangerously, I've stayed up way too late. Yeah, Short Hike. It's a cute little game. But basically, when it comes to that, sure, I don't get tired of it. But if I'm playing Dark Souls, I think my limit on that is probably like 4 to 6 hours, just because you can only fight the same boss so many times before you're just kind of wiped.
Yep, I understand that completely.
What is a short hike like?
A short hike. So basically, I won't ruin anything. I'll give you the 2-second synopsis here. It is, you're a bird. That's the creature you are. Yeah, you're a humanoid bird. Like, just pretend they're humans, I guess.
Birdman.
Birdman. All right. Anyways, the short hike. You go to your aunt lives at this like island nature reserve, kind of like a national park type deal. You get dropped off there, and it's supposed to be like a kind of a soul journey. You know, you go around the island, you explore it, but the premise of the game is you have to make it to the very top. It's like a mountain, right? Basically, you make it to the top because you're expecting a phone call from somebody. They don't tell you who, and you don't have any cell reception, so everyone's telling you, well, yeah, you just got to go to the top of the mountain to get it. So then the premise of the game is you're exploring the mountain all the way to the very top to receive a special phone call. And then I'll leave it at that.
Very cool.
But it's a very casual mechanic-based game, gliding as a little bird, jumping, you're climbing around and stuff. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's a very casual game until you speak at it.
It reminds me of, I don't know why, but it reminds me of Journey. I'm watching the trailer from... right now.
Yeah,
like the same people who made it?
I don't know.
No,
but like it's not really. There's not the same vibe of Journey at all. This looks like you can do a lot more stuff, but this looks a lot less linear. But like it gives you that like I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of like metaphor or something.
Yeah, it's just like adventure driven. There's not. It's like it's vague when it comes to any kind of story, but it's a lot of exploration. I think and Journey is a fantastic game, so that's a similarity there.
Very cool. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, I know one thing I'm going to say is Horizon Zero Dawn. I would love to play that game. I could not do the bow all the time.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm out.
Yeah, you need a machine. You like a machine gun or something. Some machine gun.
Some turret.
Spray and pray.
Yes, but the mechanic of that, I wonder if you played it on like easy mode if you ever run out of arrows.
Because you craft them.
Oh, I'm out.
Yeah, you pick them up you pick up the materials and you craft them.
It's over. Done. The fact that you just said that C word.
The crafting?
Yeah, done.
You've seen me do it in game. I've run out of arrows and then pulled up the menu and make them in mid-fight.
I know, and it's ridiculous.
It's great. You just got to click all the buttons fast.
I can't click.
You got to be quick on the draw. I have to remap something though because I keep like the sprint key is shift and then the like
crouch.
No, the like ammo type, the ammo wheel where you can like craft or change your weapon is tab, but shift tab at the same time brings up the Steam menu.
Bro.
Oh.
So
mouse wheel up and down.
I should do that. I should definitely do that.
And like did you map all the buttons on the side of your mouse?
I'm not using a button like that. Oh, I didn't map those at all. I should just use those.
Or why don't you use a fucking controller?
I could use a controller. I have a
like what controller. The fuck? That's like the perfect game for a controller, and you're not
made for a controller.
I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. I'm out.
No, because I like the mouse and keyboard.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like
I like the mouse for the shooting though.
Okay, so you like the accuracy. You have a mouse that has side buttons on it.
I know. I've been using none of them. Oh, this is great.
Me looking at my mouse with no side buttons, like, oh, I'm so jealous.
It's only 2. I don't have like a MMO mouse. But...
Yeah, but you could, dude.
Mark
like
is
you
freaking
could,
out.
yes, if you have 2 buttons, you could do you could switch between your fucking arrows right there.
I know.
You can macro them to make you arrows as soon as you open up the menu, push it, and it automatically makes it.
I know.
Suck less, Nick. Suck less.
That's fantastic. So anyways,
wait.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Okay. So I called Nick today, as I normally do. And okay. I called Nick today and he doesn't fucking answer. And I'm like,
yeah,
this fucking guy is working from home. Okay, he's rubbing one out. I'll give him 10 minutes. So I call him back 10 minutes later and I get nothing again. I'm like, what in the F is going on? It's podcast day.
Yeah.
So I get a text back. I text him, actually. The text messages turn green.
Yeah.
So we have iPhones. Regular text message turns green.
Yeah, because I have no service.
Yeah. And I'm like, uh-oh. Where the hell is Nick right now?
Right.
And then I just get a message back. Wait, hold on. I'm just
you should just read it.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Yep.
Pull up the chat.
Okay. It says,
No, after your stream summary.
Yeah. I said, hey, I just got out of jury duty now. Fuck that whole process. Okay. And mind you, that was like 3 hours fucking different in time. And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Rip that guy.
Yeah. I showed up for 8 a.m. So I don't know if jury duty is the same everywhere, but like our courthouse in Hampden County, Massachusetts.
It sucks.
It sucks since it's Springfield. There's no Wi-Fi, which is reasonable, but then also it's like a giant concrete building and you're in like the dead center of it. So the whole time in room number 1, I had cell service and it was fine because it was like on the 4th floor towards the top. But then I go in, normal jury duty. You're in like a giant room. There's millions of seats. But then like they brought us into a courtroom, an actual courtroom, and you're sitting where like the witnesses would be. And then they talk about like what's going to happen in the case. And I don't know if it's just because it was a criminal trial or what.
That's all the same across the country.
Oh, okay. So
the process is the same.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I thought you like were in a room and then they were like, they called you up and like, hey, do you have anything that would make you not a good juror? And they're like, nope. Okay, that's not a good fit for this trial. Like, goodbye, go home. I thought that's how it was going to be. And no. So I go into the trial. They talk about like, here's the case. Here's what the person's charged with. And then they're like, and then they ask you a series of questions like, do you think like, know any of these witnesses, and they list the names, and then like you raise your like card with your number on it if you do, and they write it down, and then they individually call you up to have the judge and the 2 lawyers and the defendant like right next to you talk to you, which is awkward because like if somebody's charged with some crazy shit and you think they're a creeper, like they're literally standing there while you're like, I'm gonna think he's a fucking asshole in this trial, so you should send me home. Like in front of the guy, so that whole process was fine and reasonable. I went through, I had some stuff pop up. I ended up knowing 2 of the witnesses, so there's no way I could have done that first trial. And then I got, dismissed from that case, but they own you for the whole fucking day. So I had to go back upstairs and wait. And then they've sent me out for another one. And then I had to wait. So I go in there, they describe the case. Then the fucking judge breaks for lunch. I have to just sit around for an hour for doing nothing.
You didn't go out to lunch?
No, I did, but I already ate lunch because I went back to the other room. I got out of but when you're in the courtroom, that's the longest period of time. So I had my own break and then got in there, sat there for.
You could have gone to a bar and had a beer.
I did do that, but
all right.
Yeah, I was right next to MGM Casino. I just went into one of the bars there.
Yes,
but I literally just walked over. I'm like, well, if I have to fucking sit through this again, especially because like I knew I was going to get dismissed for the second case too, because they already described it, and I'm like, I knew another one of the witnesses, and
you knew them?
Yeah, I worked with them.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
Well, no, they're both nurses because of the contents of the case.
That's awkward.
Well, like a nurse had to testify.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I knew him because I worked in the emergency department with him. But anywho, and I knew I was going to get dismissed. So yeah, I went and had a beer and came back. But still, like it could have been done like in a half hour more. So I had to wait another hour and then come back. And then he read some more crap. And then I had to sit there and wait for my number to be called for me to go up and be like, yeah, I know the witness. And like, okay, go home. Goodbye. So and then I didn't leave till like 3:30. I got there at 8.
Rip that guy.
Yeah. I feel like that whole process could have been done like online or something.
Is that your first time?
Yeah.
I've only gotten called once too.
I've been called. That was the 3rd time I've been called. So the first time I got called, I was in college and I got out of it entirely because I was like living in another state technically at college.
Yeah, I've only been called once.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Then the second time I got called, but then like you like call the place the day before to see like, are you going to get called in? And there's a giant snowstorm. They're like, nope, due to the weather, everyone's canceled. I'm like, sweet, dodged a bullet there. And then this one I actually had to go in. Yeah, that
I'm over here like, I've never been called in. This is bad. This is karma right now. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna get a.
It would be reasonable if you could like screw around on your phone while you're sitting in the courtroom, but there's no cell service. So like I'd have to like bring a book or something in there. You know what I mean? Like, because the main waiting room, like before you go into the courtroom section, is completely fine. Like, there's chairs everywhere, there's outlets, like totally reasonable to like have to hang out in for a long period of time. But then like the actual courtroom is just like wooden benches.
Yeah.
So like you have no, I mean, I didn't need to charge anything, but like you also have no cell service. Like I couldn't even text.
They block that shit. They don't want your phones ringing in the courtroom.
Yeah, it was just terrible. And then of course this old lady that was a juror, in the jury selection, her own phone was going off. It would ding, and she went shh at it like 4 times. Someone had to be one of the like bailiffs had to go over and be like, "Ma'am, that's your phone. You have to address that." Like she was like, "I know." She's like, and he literally goes, saying shh is not going to change how your phone is the noise it's making. Ma'am. She's like 80s or something, probably. She's like, you have to click the button to turn it on silent or shut it off. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my God. That's scary. She did not get picked for the jury, by the way. Thankfully. But anywho, so that was my whole day today. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is great. Jury duty sucks. And Marcus, how's it going? And what have you been up to?
A lot. I've been up to a lot. So one of my employees was on vacation the last 10 days. So I've been grinding at work.
Yep.
Then I finally watched the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, like the Marvel ones?
Yeah, like the newest ones. What is it? Far From Home and what's the other one called? Homecoming?
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Homecoming and Far From Home.
Fucking awesome movies.
Yeah, no shit.
Like
welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, I know. Like the last Spider-Man movie I watched was Tobey Maguire or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, you never watched the Andrew Garfield ones?
No.
Oh, those are okay.
No.
I mean, all the other ones were like okay, but I think the Marvel ones are particularly good.
Well, Green Goblin in that first Spider-Man was really good.
Yeah, because it's William Dafoe. William Dafoe crushes it in everything he does.
Yeah, but it was like really good. So, but what I liked about it was it wasn't another origin story. So I liked how that happened. How like he's already Spider-Man. Like look at him already Spider-Man.
Right.
And I liked how it started at the Civil War movie and like you were in his perspective in Civil War.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that part. The other thing I liked was it had that fun, like, I don't know. It just started off with like Blitzkrieg Bop from the Ramones playing.
Yeah.
It instantly was like, okay, this movie's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's like fun. It's just a fun movie.
And I liked how they brought all the characters back for the second movie. So it just like kind of built on, and it immediately happens right after Tony Stark is gone.
Yeah.
And then the ending, which I'm not going to spoil it, is just like, okay, now this is how a movie should end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
like,
a giant cliffhanger.
Like, oh shit, the one, like, because he's the only Avenger that nobody knows who he is.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Thor, yeah.
No, Thor's Thor.
Right, but he's not like around to be like seen.
Yeah, but he's Thor.
You can't like look up Thor's address on Facebook or something.
Right,
or whatever,
but he's Thor,
I mean?
right? Yeah, but either way.
Asgard. Come on, we know.
Right. Exactly. Like, send me through the Bifrost.
You can't dox Thor. Nobody can go SWAT Thor's house in Asgard. Although maybe his place in Norway, but that's Fat Thor. That's a different guy.
He's the best Thor. That's like that's
your spirit animal.
Yes.
Waifu Thor.
Yeah, like I'd be screaming at, I'm the god of thunder. You will not snipe me from the other side of the map.
Noob Slayer 420.
Yeah, Noob Slayer. Don't you know I'm the god of thunder? Anyway, so this past Saturday, shout out to Coda. I was not going to do a big celebration stream for 900 followers. Coda made me do it. He's like, dude, let's go. We've been here with you. Let's celebrate 900 because now we're on the road to 1K. For real, for real. Let's freaking go. And what an awesome night. Like every stream has just been getting better and better and better. But the magical part of it is the chat window has been exploding. Like, I sometimes say to myself, where do all these people come from and why are they talking to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the chat is so awesome. And then I don't know about you guys. As soon as food gets mentioned, it's over for me.
Like you're hungry?
Yes, instantly.
Yeah, I just got hungry right now.
Well, I didn't now, but as soon as somebody starts talking about food during stream, especially if I'm like 2 hours in, it's embedded in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so they were talking about food. I was like, guys, I'm going to go take a leak. I'll be right back. I went upstairs and I devoured, I think it was like 4 or 5 Ritz crackers. And then after stream, I devoured the rest of the sleeve.
That's the best.
Wait. A question for you. When you eat Ritz crackers, do you not just eat the whole sleeve at once? I thought that's how it's supposed to be eaten.
I did, but I couldn't come back to the stream
Like with a
whole
jam-packed mouthful. Right.
Welcome back.
You can hear the crumbs tinking off the mic as they fall out of your mouth.
Yeah, because if you try to devour a whole sleeve at once, your shirt, like, I don't know, I'm fat. I'm a type 4 body type. So my
SOTOR.
yeah, like I have the shelf right here, so it would be all crumbs. Right. I would come sit down and the crumbs would be falling off of me if I ate the whole sleeve. At least 5, I can still look like a gentleman or a scholar.
Yeah.
While devouring
no one
5
thinks you're a scholar.
But you're correct. You cannot open up a sleeve of Ritz and let, like, I'm only going to eat 6 and I'm going to twist tie it so it stays fresh. Who does that? Because guess what? You're going to taste one, and even if they aren't fresh when you reopen them, they're going to be stale as fuck and you're throwing them away.
Exactly. They're gone forever.
But just note to self, that has never happened.
Yeah. Not in your house.
I've never not eaten the sleeve.
Yeah. As it should be.
Yes. But what's really good on a Ritz? Peanut butter.
I like peanut butter, or honestly, I really like that terrible Cheese Whiz out of a can.
I haven't had that in forever.
Yeah, same. Years.
Me neither, but
maybe I'll do that for my 1K stream. And we'll make Cheese Whiz towers.
The Leaning Tower of Cheese.
Yeah,
I like that.
The Leaning Tower of Cheese. Oh, I love it.
That's
Anyways,
great. That's a stream reward. You should put it in there.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can't do that as a channel point because everybody will redeem them because everybody has thousands of points because they're saving for the truffle shuffle.
I know.
So anyway,
you're gonna have to do like 4 truffle shuffles.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Stream.
It's gonna be like mid raid, and I'm gonna have to do a truffle shuffle after a pull, and it's gonna be awesome. But anyway, so I've been streaming Destiny 2 on YouTube. It's been really fun. It's really fun to stream on a different platform, and it's not for anything but just to try it. And why not? Because it's not the main game that I play. And it's a different experience because if somebody subscribes to your channel, you don't get notifications, or I don't know how to even do that.
That's weird.
Well, I don't know if they have that set up unless they like pay, but I'm not at the level to be monetized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've had a lot of fun with it. And it's really interesting to see. Oh, the magical part is, okay, when you guys go to your Google account, is it under you guys might be different, but I know like my Google account that I use is my stream name, Marcus B814.
Yeah.
But a lot of people's Google account is their real name. So when they come in chat, they're like, oh, hey, Marcus. And it's like
Gerald Ford.
Yeah. Or
I don't know.
Whatever. You know what I mean? Peter Parker. And you're like, hey, Peter. And they're talking to you. They're like, oh, man, it was so good to see you in Discord today. And you're like, yeah.
I don't know who the hell you are.
And then I start talking about how yes, exactly. It's so different between Twitch and YouTube because like your Twitch handle might not be your YouTube name. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's almost forcing people to create a new Gmail account for YouTube with their Twitch name.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Thankfully, mine's all the same, but I mean, my Twitch name is my name anyway, pretty much.
Right, but it's just the point. Like some people like they're like, oh my god, hey, and then they tell you who they are, and you're like, whoa, okay, now I know your real name, and I can never unsee that.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so last night, so Destiny 2's been really fun, but I might actually stream Destiny tomorrow night on Twitch just to try it.
You should.
I don't
do it.
I don't know.
Anyways, do it.
I don't know. I'll decide tomorrow.
I vote. Go on Twitch.
Anyways, explosive conflict last night. We almost have kept us down. We're so close. Oh, it's just going to be one lucky pull. I'm going to smash something. I'm going to cry. I'm going to scream. I'm going to yell. And then I'm going to give away 2,400 cartel coins. It's going to be fucking awesome. In SWTOR news, now on the PTS, it's the first look at the Sorcerer and the Assassin combat styles. Come see what they have nerfed in your classes. We've taken a bunch of abilities away. I'm not going to actually say anything about it because I have not seen it. I've decided that until they release these classes with the new set bonuses for the gear, with the new tacticals, and on top of that, level 80 content, there's no point in testing these because it's just fake news. It's not the actual build that you're going to be playing in the new expansion.
Right. Yeah, especially if they're against build, if you're playing them like next to builds that are the old style. Still.
Yes. So it's like
an apples to oranges.
Okay, we're taking these abilities away. What do you think? Well, right now it feels okay, but once you take away the set bonus, it might not work. Anyway, so I'm being super positive about it. It's going to be a new game. Let's get excited. Woo woo. Anyways, we got game update 3.6.3.2.A, B, C, D, E, F. Who knows? A bunch of bugs fixes, I guess. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. And blah, blah.
Go ahead.
One last thing.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody, if you play the main classes of these, the classes that come out on the PTS, please go play it because the feedback will happen. They will listen to every single one of your feedback points about fixing your class unless you're a Juggernaut or a Guardian. If you're a Juggernaut or Guardian player, just remind BioWare that we are screwed and they don't care. In AIE news.
In AIE news this week is Total Galactic War. That means we invade a planet, which is going to be McKeb, and we're down by 3.2 million points to the leader, but there's always hope.
Yeah, so
and we can catch up. So let's do this, AIE. If not, we still had fun. But we can do this.
Yes.
Do or do not, there is no try.
So Total Galactic War is once every, I think it's like 13 weeks or something like that. Some ridiculous number. They unlock all the planets in the game that you can try to win the planet by gaining points with your guild to conquer the planet. And the last few times we have won our planets, but this one we picked a pretty popular planet and there's some stiff competition.
Yeah.
So it's going to be also very interesting. And this Saturday night, I'm going to be doing an Opsathon where I'm hoping to get 2 or 3  8-man teams together, and we're going to do an op, and then I'll switch our characters, and somebody logs out and saves the last boss lockout, and then all of us just keep clearing the same op with a different character so that we can just pile on points.
That's great.
And what do we do on Tuesdays?
So Tuesdays are our mandatory fun guild night in Star Wars Old Republic from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that mandatory fun night is where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. And we switch back and forth from the awesome, epic, realistic Imperial side to the sunshine, rainbows, butterflies, unicorns, and friendship instead of killing your enemies Republic side. So we've changed up our schedule of events for AIE content in Star Wars Old Republic, where there's slightly less things. We've trimmed the fat, if you will. So the first Friday of every month is still Master Mode Flashpoints. That is the most difficult Flashpoint content. If you're not familiar with that, that is group content to the tune of 1 to 4 players, roughly 45 minutes, hour at the most per per quest, and they're pretty epic. So it's the most difficult version of those. The first Friday of every single month, and the fourth Saturday. That's 4 Saturdays, also known as Saturday, and it's Mega, the monthly epic guild activity run by yours truly, Marcus B814.
We should get you to come to a Mega.
It's Mega.
So what we've realized is we can pile in some really fun things during our Tuesday mandatory fun nights. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to really focus on our mandatory fun nights and really pack them in with a lot of content and a lot of fun.
Yeah, because it's every week.
Right, it's every week. And then really enjoy the Master Mode flashpoints on the Mondays. And then the once a month
Fridays.
Bigger guild event, and really emphasize the fun in Mega. This month, we're going to be doing world bosses and datacrons, and it's going to be freaking awesome.
And if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord link in the top right-hand portion of the website, and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars The Old Republic or any of the other games that we play, we would love to have you.
I already know. I see your leg going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yes, I definitely have to pee. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking about streaming with Oh No Plays. So Oh No, first off. Oh, that throws me off saying oh no, because it sounds like I'm exclaiming about something. Like
oh no.
like oh no, we gotta redo that. I gotta redo the intro.
But you know what's kind of funny is I thought of it earlier is, oh no, I died again playing Dark Souls, or oh no, I played the most ridiculous game ever created, Super Mario Maker. Mm-hmm. So before we get into any of the questions, okay, do you create your own maps, or do you play the player created maps
or
in
both?
Mario Maker, or both?
So yes. I don't create maps. Well, I'll say this. I've created maps. They're not good maps, and they're unpublished at this point. So primarily I play Kaizo levels and like created content from other people that come into the stream, or some people put their codes in Discords, or, I just look for the super hard stuff just so I can get mad,
Now, when you say super hard stuff, is it like where you're like jumping and then there's a turtle floating in the air and you have to hit that, bounce up, and then you have to jump over this thing and then grab the next turtle and
time it perfect?
You can't ever hit the ground, because if you do, it's one of those black chompers.
Yes. To answer your question, yes. I do the stuff that nobody really wants to do. Usually they have a clear percentage. I don't know if you played it. They have every level that you see that's user created, it will have a clear percentage rate, out of a fraction. This many people cleared it, out of how many of these people opened it up and tried to play it.
Holy shit.
And so typically the ones that I'm messing with are 1% or less clear percent. And then every now and then I'll play with ones. I'll play, come across ones and play them that are up to 9% clear rate. But I typically stay in the 1% or less realm. So those are the ones that are what you just said. You can't hit the ground the whole time, or puzzle levels that are just really hard, or Kaizo tricks, which are just not glitches or anything, just using the game mechanics in very specific ways. It's it's tech for Mario. So those are the kinds of things I focus on. And typically because of that, one level will take me, it could vary, but if I averaged it out, one level will take me a good either 30 minutes to 2 hours or an hour and a half to be one level. So it's a lot of repetitive dying and learning.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same for us. When I Nightmare raid, you have to learn the fights. So you're not going to go into a level for the first time and just win. You have to learn what all the moves are that you have to do. So I completely get it. It's mind-boggling to me.
I like how in Super Mario Maker they show you the little X's where other people have died.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a horde of X's, I know, I'm not the only one. You know what I mean?
Yep. I like how at the end of a level, you can leave a comment that is only accessible if you beat it.
Oh, that's cool too. It's like the club.
The club, yeah, exactly. That's and it's funny because I've gotten in a habit of leaving very like vague Dark Souls references. You know how if you've ever played Dark Souls that you come across the comment people leave, and it's just this ominous, whatever message. Like I'll just put those in Mario Maker. It'll totally displaced, or I'll say like praise the sun, just straight up. So
that's perfect. I like the ones in Dark Souls that would like mess with people. It'd be like on the edge of a cliff or something and tell you to jump off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's a prize down below. Like, make sure you find it. And you just die.
Yeah, that's like the older brother. If you had an older sibling or something when you're younger and you're playing Mario and you're Luigi and they want to play their turn. So they're like, just jump in that hole. There's a secret tunnel.
Right. And it's just insta-die.
Yep.
Wow.
That's from experience, by the way. That happened.
Right. Yeah, I got that too. So, why did you start streaming?
So interestingly enough, I never considered streaming before, but I did have some kind of ambition a few years back to like kind of be like a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
everybody like just like streaming, just like anything else. Everybody's like they see someone that is successful. They enjoy their content. They feel attached to that YouTuber in some way or shape because they watch all their stuff. And I was like, man, that seems like a lot of fun to me. So I actually tried to do YouTube content for a little bit. And when I say a little bit, it was probably a few months. It wasn't long. It wasn't like, the real grind, how you should do it. It wasn't like that kind of thing. I kind of gave it a shot and gave up like a lot of people. And then, fast forward a couple years after that, like maybe 2-3 years after that, I got in a position in life where I had a consistent schedule. I had all this stuff. And I was like, man, I kind of want to just do this. I'm playing video games anyways. Kind of like what you said earlier about the hobby aspect. I'm playing video games anyways. Why not try and stream it too? Just to be with like other people or in my city specifically, not even like using Twitch to meet people all across the country or the world or anything. It's just, I was like, other people I know stream in my city. I kind of want to do that too with them while I'm playing with them. And then didn't take any kind of professionalism or nothing. I just kind of just hit go live. You know what I mean? And then that turned into something different eventually. So initially what started me streaming was like, I just want to hang out with my friends, but like, I don't know if this will be something or not. So I might as well just do it while I'm hanging out with my friends. And then that transformed into, as you guys can understand, it transformed into, wow, it's community. Like there's a way bigger picture, a way bigger thing happening on Twitch than a lot of people realize, and what I didn't realize when I first started. So, I was one of those YouTubers that quit.
Yeah, I find so. Okay, couple things I'm gonna say is YouTube is, in my opinion, immediately out of the gate, YouTube is going to be a lot harder to get started on because you have 2 billion people on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let's start there. And then the level of quality of video makes a difference to a lot of people that watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So even if you're starting out, if your video quality isn't
perfect,
like,
basically.
no, I would say like mid-tier.
Yeah.
Like if you're not at 1080p 60 perfect, people are going to be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And for me, YouTube is not forgiving on discoverability when you first start out. Yeah. Like, okay, let's say we made a video, us three right now, we made a video and we talked about Mario Maker and we posted it. That video might never see a view.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. But going on Twitch, and let's say all three of us decide to stream and we're going to do a complete playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
And we name the stream title Three Dudes in Horizon Zero Dawn until it's beat.
Yeah.
We might
first playthrough or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. First playthrough. There might be 15 people that pop through our stream throughout the day, night, whatever.
Yeah.
Just because they're curious on what we're doing.
I mean, look at my stream. I mean, granted, I had the nerds community, but I got raided by somebody just because I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they wanted to take their community through it. So
Yeah.
I do understand quitting YouTube solely because I find that it's really hard to grow from nothing on YouTube.
Yeah. You almost have to have a community first and be like established and have all your ducks in a row first, and then put content there or something like that.
Yeah, or create content that nobody else has.
Yeah, that's true
Good
too.
luck.
Yeah, no kidding.
Exactly.
Yeah, good luck.
That's
So-
the fun part.
Yeah. As working class nerds tradition, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so is it like plain ice creams or like those combination kind of ice creams
Oh,
from Ben and Jerry's or like
whatever
does it
you
matter?
want.
Whatever your favorite ice cream is, close your eyes, right? Let's play this exercise. Close
All right.
your eyes. You have a spoon in your hand and a pint or a half gallon, whatever it is,
Or a waffle
and-
cone.
or a waffle cone, and you're sticking your spoon in it and it's hitting your mouth. What's the first one in your favorite that comes to mind?
Oh man, that's hard. Okay, I literally two. Just two.
Okay.
One is what's it called? It's called Half Baked from Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yep.
Yeah. So what, like brownie chunks, chocolate ice cream, and cookie dough chunks, and vanilla ice cream all thrown in a pint, and then the second one is plain vanilla ice cream with like physical actual peanut butter mixed in with it. Like
Hell
from a jar.
yeah.
Whoa.
That's my favorite. Okay, so you just blew my mind. That is my favorite sundae of all time. I go to anywhere ice cream. I go, you got peanut butter sauce? Yep. Vanilla ice cream, peanut butter sauce. Let's go.
I'm making that when I go home today immediately.
Yeah,
Do it.
dude,
Never
it's
done
Yeah.
it before.
It's the greatest everything.
It's
Wow.
amazing. Yeah.
I love
learned
peanut
that
butter
from a
and
kid.
vanilla ice cream.
Then you'll love this.
Yes.
You'll absolutely love this.
And from this point forward, you're going to feel like one of the peeps when you order a sundae. So Nick has a fake allergy to chocolate.
Oh my god, it's not fake. Marcus thinks it's a conspiracy theory. Like we never landed on the moon. I'm not allergic to chocolate.
That's a little. That's like two sides of the coin. Like that's like the hardest comparison. But you do have a fake allergy. But anyway,
Okay.
so he says he's allergic to chocolate. So whenever everybody's getting a sundae, he's just getting. Can I get black raspberry ice cream, please?
Dude, I'll get I'll get cool flavors.
Just as long as it doesn't have chocolate.
Yeah, I like the salt. Like some of my favorites. My Ben and Jerry's is my favorite. Like ice cream you can get anywhere. Obviously, I like the salted caramel core is wicked good. It's a like a big old dollop of caramel in the middle, hence the name. But then also it's got like blondie chunks in it, so it's like not chocolate brownies everywhere, which is wicked good, and like vanilla ice cream. And then another one's the cinnamon buns is wicked good too. There's chunks of
Ooh,
cinnamon
yeah.
bun. Or like the strawberry cheesecake is dope.
Yes, the strawberry cheesecake and Chubby Hubby are the best.
What's
Man.
Chubby Hubby?
Chubby Hubby is chocolate covered peanut butter pretzels.
Oh man. I've
And
never had that. That
Chubby
sounds
Hubby,
amazing.
it's hard to find. It used to be in like all of our local grocery stores, but now only like a gas station that has Ben and Jerry's has it now.
Huh.
Yeah.
Chubby Hubby.
Chubby Hubby, but you can't eat it because you have a fake chocolate allergy. So
I'll just put my tinfoil hat on
when
and then
we-
I can eat it.
so on our 3-year anniversary, Nick's gonna eat a peanut butter cup.
We're gonna prove
said-
it right then and there.
Yeah, and then I'll like vomit profusely and get a migraine.
But at least then I'll know your chocolate allergy is real.
Or you just believe me like a normal human being.
It's fake news.
That's too
Never gonna
easy.
change my mind. Yes, that's right. It's way too easy. You can't just let them win at all.
So, oh no, what if you had to pick is your favorite game of all time?
Oh man. Oh god.
And you can pick a couple because it's really tough.
I was about to say that's kind of like picking your favorite like type of music or something, and there's no like easy answer there. I would say like I can give you like a. I'll say okay. Now I'll decide.
You
know
can give
what?
us like a Mount Rushmore if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna man up right now. I'm just gonna decide. Okay.
All right.
All
right.
right. Let's
All right.
go. I can't just
Let's
pick
see.
one.
I have to say Shadow of Colossus.
Whoa.
That's my
The
ultimate.
original or the the new one?
They're both beautiful. So they're both the same game, anyways. But the original I grew up on. That explains. Yeah, that explains why I have 2 Shadow Colossus tattoos on my body. But
Wow.
I absolutely, probably that's it. That's the game. That's the one. If I had to choose one,
I played the remaster when I had a PS4 for like 3 weeks, and that was a game I wanted to play. The game was dope because there's no combat at all until you find a monster.
Yep.
And like figuring out the mechanics of the monster was awesome. I don't know. I like that.
What's
game.
special about it too is that like you not especially in the time that it was released, the original PlayStation 2 version, there was nothing at all like it because there was nothing as it makes you feel so small because everything's so giant and you have to physically climb. Like you have a stamina meter in the game because you're climbing monsters fur, and some of them swim, some of them fly in the air. You're like hundreds of feet in the air. There's wind going against you. They put all those kind of mechanics in the game. So it does a really, really good job of making you just feel so tiny and insignificant. So I think because of that, I don't know, but naturally I think, they don't, if they put smaller enemies in the game, I feel like it may have drawn away from how like epic all these bosses really were. So there was a long void of you just finding the boss, on your horse. And then it was just you and yourself. You know what I mean? You're just kind of enjoying it. It's like the calm before the storm. And then you find that one of the, whatever the next boss is, and it just like hits you in this big wave. You're like, I'm tiny. This is going to kill me. Like,
right. The last time a game made me feel like that, it was Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Because you're a little tiny Mac.
Yeah. Mike is huge on your screen. What are they, 18, 16-bit? I don't know what else.
Yeah, 8-bit. 8-bit.
That's not 8-bit, is it? I think it's a little more. Maybe 16. But
so what made you decide to stream really hard games? And did you always just stream them, or did you start off streaming something else? Or is it just a variety?
So I started off, it's weird. So I did start off kind of just playing games, like I said, with my friends. So it was really dependent on like what we were playing. So it was very variety. I played like a lot of Valorant and stuff, like some first person kind of stuff like that. And
Which
then
one's Valorant?
Huh?
Which one's Valorant? Is that like the Counter-Strike clone?
It's Counter-Strike with Overwatch powers is what everyone else
yes. Okay, yep. All right. I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so you still have a lot of the accuracy of like Counter-Strike shooting and peeking corners and that whole kind of thing. But then you get like powers. So I started off doing that, and it kind of, once I was like, okay, well, I want to take streaming more seriously. I don't want to just hit go live, have 1-2 people here, and I'm just playing a first-person shooter with friends. Like then at that point, it turned into something else, and I was like, man, what do I like to do? Like I don't really play anything but first-person shooters and stuff because that's just what I do with my friends. And so I was watching another streamer. His name's Wolf GG, and
shout out to Wolf GG.
Shout out to Wolf GG. Yeah, he basically he was playing through Dark Souls 3 at the time, and so I started watching him, and I just liked how it is for a lot of people. You like the streamer. It kind of doesn't matter the game. That's kind of the draw to someone stream most of the time. Not every time, but that's what gets you to stay. So I stayed because I liked the streamer, and I ended up falling in love with Dark Souls at the same time because I had never really played it. A lot of my friends had played it, like that I physically, in real life hung out with a lot. I just never got into it. And then I watched him play it, and it looked hard. Like, it looked difficult. But then whenever he would beat the next big thing or get through an area, like it was such a victorious like thing. Like it was such a big moment to like finally beat that boss after a million tries and finally do whatever, that I was like, man, that sounds like fun. I'll at least give it a shot. So I didn't even try to play it off stream or anything. So I said, I'll start at the beginning. I went Dark Souls 1. And so I talked to him about it. I just want to rip his stuff. And he was like, man, you should play this game. Like immediately play this game. So I started started the game, and it just kind of sucked me in. I knew what came with the territory because I had watched it a little bit, that you would be trying some stuff quite a bit. So then I was like, well, let's just go for it. And then here I am.
Well, what's nice about the Dark Souls and those type of games, you only have to rely on you.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So like, yes, it's frustrating. Yes, it's hard, but it's not like a raid team there's 8 people, right? So when one person fucks up, all 8 people fucking die. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Where in Dark Souls, at least it's just you. So you can mitigate your frustration by stream making fun of you or something. You could do something funny because you died, where I find like it's almost like it's maybe a little easier to cope with because you're only relying on you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, yeah, you can be still frustrated and upset, but like you're only relying on you, so it doesn't.
It lessens the
yes,
impact, kind of.
Thank you.
Like
especially coming from Valorant. Like, think about that. I know exactly what you mean. I came from a team-based game where we actually ran a full team every time to that, and it was definitely a big change. It was exactly what you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, I get it.
I know when I screw up in Horizon Zero Dawn, it's easy to make fun of myself and be like, well, that didn't work or whatever. You know what I mean?
Rip that guy.
Yeah. Versus like when you're with a team thing and then it's like you all died because like somebody else screwed something up. It's hard to like spin it into something funny or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like,
well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's really hard. You can't control what other people say.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And all it takes is somebody to say one wrong thing to you and they mean it in a kind sense.
Yeah.
Because everybody has the same goal to win, but guess what? It still can send you over the edge.
Yeah, I get you. I think I know the answer to this, but are you a PC gamer or console gamer?
Oh, that's a age-old question. So, long story short, honestly, I'm both. I'll just say I'm both.
Okay.
Originally, I was one of the whole PC is the ultimate thing because I got a PC, I can play all this stuff. And the only and it's funny because I kind of can I would say I would lean towards PC because it's the most versatile when it comes to selection. There's just infinitely more games to play that are built on PC or ported to PC anyways. So if you're talking about game selection and like accuracy, because mouse and keys are a real thing, then yeah, I would go with PC. But I would have never played Bloodborne without my PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? So there's like. It's our Mario Maker for that, for that sake. So It's like at this point I'm like, all right, both, but it's only both because of exclusive titles, I would say. Otherwise, my vote's PC.
Do you have a PlayStation 5?
I don't. I tried initially, didn't get it, and then like scalpers, and then after that, I was like, all right, I'm spending this money on my car or something like. So
sure.
I just don't have it. I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet.
Well, I don't have an Xbox Series X yet, and I could have got them when they launched, and I didn't, and I regret it now because the system's been out for over a year, and you still can't get them.
Right, yeah.
That's so crazy to me that's happening.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
back at the ranch. Marcus, would you like to do the honors of our next very, very important question?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Who is your favorite Star Wars character?
Ahsoka.
Wow, right off the bat. Didn't even finish the sentence you're saying Ahsoka.
Okay,
Ahsoka.
Why?
Excuse me. Okay, so I think it's only because of Clone Wars. The story progression of Ahsoka from Clone Wars out is one of my favorite character developments that I've had. Like, it's for some reason that's the character I feel like I've developed like a attachment to, like in the sense of like of growth, because you see it with Anakin. You see like kind of some cool growth development, but you see like someone turning into a wise person through these past experiences. And there's a lot of like cool zany things that happen in Ahsoka's personality that they project through Clone Wars. It's just like I don't know. I immediately was just like, yo, that's cool fucking person right there, like, or whatever. And then, as she gets older and everything falls apart and, the story progresses beyond Clone Wars and all that, she then like was like, you know what, screw all sides. And I was like, yo, what's up, Ahsoka? You're my guy. You're my girl. What's going on? So I don't know. I like that. I'm actually doing a cosplay, like a full out cosplay of Ahsoka with a mustache, but
Whoa! No, you gotta shave the stash.
Oh no, I can't.
Have you seen the stash?
Yes, I've seen the stash.
That's something you can just frivolously.
It'll grow back.
It will, but I don't think my partner would look at me the whole time until it grew back. So
that's fair.
Oh,
actually, I don't know if I could look at me anymore. So it's just gonna be Ahsoka with a stash. That's what it's gonna be.
Ahsoka stash.
Ahsoka stash. Perfect.
I might change my last name from Tano to Stash.
So what are your goals for your stream?
Goals, it's kind of weird. Those have shifted over the period of stream, and I feel like it's going to continuously shift.
Yeah, of course.
Because initially I was like, man, I want some success from it. Not necessarily financial, but like status. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to sound conceited, it was just like
I don't understand. And I'm gonna sound like an ignorant douche, but I really don't know what you mean by that.
So when I say that, I mean like a lot of people like strive for partner, or the very few like people strive for Twitch ambassador. Okay, so to me, I feel like that's a status. Maybe I'm using the right word, but
what is a Twitch ambassador?
That's those don't hardly exist. Twitch ambassadors, those are like the big ones, the people that Twitch actually puts money into promotion and all that stuff. It's like it's a handful of people total.
Yeah.
But like initially, I was just like, man, I just want to be verified. I just want a check mark by my name or whatever. Like it was just like a very like self-centered kind of ambition. And then later on, once I learned more about Twitch and what it's really about, and like made friends and like all, et cetera, my goals shifted. They shifted from that to like, hey, I want to be partner, which I do one day, but it's not really just about that. It's really about, I want to create a space of like-minded people that I can help protect, that I can help, like we have a safe area. And I feel like a lot of other streamers do that. And I was like, man, I kind of want a bubble for all of us too. Like, so my ultimate goal right now is really just like making friends, which is weird because I've only been streaming for all this, almost a year now. And when I was on month 2, I didn't have that mindset. And now it's like, I'm hanging out with people. And I think my goal is just keep hanging out with people. Like a number can go up or down, but just hanging out with people. I think ultimately that's my goal. When it comes to the other side of that, which a lot of streamers don't want to talk about, but when it comes to like money, you make money streaming, or you don't. I mean, it just depends. But I think when it comes down to it, I never want to be like a full-time streamer anyways, because I have a career outside of, in my own life. But like being able to like afford healthcare and stuff because of Twitch, like that would be a goal too. Like get to the point where I could pay for my own insurance, like health insurance and stuff like that through Twitch, or like my daughter's piano classes and stuff, like little things that are like kind of slice of life, extra stuff that you can't always have. The financial side, of that, it's like, cool. If I'm making a little bit of cash off this, I can throw that in my savings. I can throw this here. Like everybody needs a little bit. So the financial side, like, of course, if that happens, it happens, and that's great. But really, you find yourself, I find myself really just like, what am I on Twitch for? And then I'm like, I'm here for people, even if for myself. I'm not trying to sound self-righteous. It's like, I'm selfishly like, I just want friends. Give me friends. So like, that's been my goal for a little while now. It's just like, hey, let's just hang out with friends. And if we get new friends, we get new friends.
I do agree. And, my goals in comparison are a little different in the sense of, like you, I have a career. So for me, Twitch isn't a financial thing. Of course, the money helps, right? Mm-hmm. But for me, I want my goal in this is to help everybody because, like you coming on the podcast, I hope after this podcast, you get 50 more followers and new people to your channel because your channel is so awesome. Let's spread the word. And it's the same thing like our nerds community that we've created, Nick and I. Like we drive people to help other people. And that's our focus. Like I tell everybody, my goal is to make sure your channel is bigger than mine someday. That's my goal. To see you grow to get your goals. You know what I mean? And like yourself, when you're in your channel and, I'm sure you have an OG viewer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have 3 that I can think of off the top of my head that have been there since the beginning. And when they come back to stream, just like you, I'm sure, or Nick can agree, you go fucking crazy. Because they might not have been in your stream for 4 months, but they come back and they're like, oh, hey, you're still doing this, and this is awesome.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's good goals to have. It's good to have goals that are realistic. And I do agree with you. Partner is no longer the end goal for me either, because like I'm having fun doing what we're doing. And if a partnership ever happens, cool. But if not, I'm still having a great time.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
And I guess for me, it's like, do you need the check mark? No, because your community stands behind you.
Yep.
And that's the magical part of Twitch.
And there's other partners that I've talked to, just because we're friends anyways, like in real life or something, or like on here, but they've had those discuss, like we've that has been brought up, stuff like that before. And even some partners I talked to, they got partner and they're just kind of like, okay, like what from here? And they, at that point, because some of them blew up very quickly over other instances, and they got to that point and they're like, okay, I made this, now what? And that's when like the sense of having a strong sense of community and a strong sense of like being personable and actually caring about people and them caring about you. I think there's no question of if you do get partner, like it's not at that point, it's not like, well, what now? It's like, you're doing the same thing. You're like, oh, I'm still going to hang out with my friends on Monday night. Like,
right.
You don't have that kind of leftover hanging question of what do I do now with my channel? How do I do this and that? You know what I mean?
I'm going to call out friend of the show, great friend of ours, Serp, right?
Oh yeah. I'm wearing a shirt right now.
All right. So Serp made partner by playing Battlefront 2. And after he made partner, he said, I'm not going to play Battlefront anymore. And he completely changed his channel. And now he's playing Sea of Thieves. And he's created an entire extra community that supports him. And now you go to his channel and there's still the Battlefront community there. And yes, your channel takes a little hit because you're not playing the game that some people only play, but he's completely done a 180 on his channel, and his channel is now bigger than it's ever been. It's crazy. And it's such an awesome thing to see. So again, follow your heart.
Yeah.
That's exactly what made me start playing Mario Maker. I was like, man, I just like this game. So you know what? This is what I'm going to play.
And we're not going to lie. When you started talking about it, we pulled up one of your VODs from last night.
Or this week or something.
From Super Mario 1, it looked like. And it was just like tunnel to tunnel, and you had to jump over the thing, and then you had the chomping things that were moving.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah. And you look at it, and you're like, oh, that can't be that hard. And then you die, and then you see all the X's where people died, and you're like, oh, shit.
This is wicked hard.
And then you got to start off at the beginning again.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no checkpoints there.
No,
never. That's terrible.
And then they troll you. They'll put checkpoints that reset you back to the beginning. It's just, yeah.
Damn. Yeah. That's just rude.
False tunnels and stuff. There's troll levels in the mix, definitely. And
wow.
You start the level, go for a little bit, and you're like, something happens. You're like, yeah, it's gonna be one of these levels. All right.
What is your favorite stream moment?
On like my stream or just in general?
On your stream.
No, on your stream, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd say one of my favorite stream moments, or moment, is kind of actually it happens every quarter. Which another one's coming up. We've created a community called DATCom, that community. And it's a collective of a whole bunch of streamers, stuff like that. We've come together and it's pretty large. So we ended up deciding, what are we going to do? Like, more than just like hanging out with each other. We started to do charity streams. So once per quarter, 4 times a year, we do a charity stream that we all raid from one streamer to the next streamer for a span of like 56 hours over a weekend, starting on Friday, ending on a Sunday night. And we have people from other countries, all that kind of stuff. And my partner, she actually is the one that organizes that whole thing. Bless her.
Wow.
Jesus, I could not do that.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. She's got forms. People got to fill out all these docs. Like they go through a process. She's got it down. But my favorite moments as a streamer have come from those, because we'll end up getting into a segment, and I have a thing on my stream where you can redeem channel points to get a pie to my face. Where my partner comes in with whipped cream pie and just pies me while I'm playing.
Really?
So, yeah, and it's been abused, trust me. But the great thing about it is during these charity streams, we have one goal. We set a goal for that stream or that my segment, where it's like, if we get to X amount, then we'll pie each other at the same time. And to some people that sounds like that's kind of dumb or whatever, but in the community that we've created and curated, and all of our friends, that's like it's always the hypest, funniest thing, and people are just going wild. And we ended up like, I don't know, it's great. I would never thought I would say it's great to get pied in the face, but those are like, it's happened. I don't know, those kind of moments are just like, they don't leave you. It's just fun. And then we end up raising a lot of money for a good charity. So like the whole experience of doing charity work is fun. So that's like, I can't say it's one streamer moment because it happens 4 times a year, but those are probably my favorite things, favorite moments within streaming.
Those are awesome. Those are the best when you get like big community engagement things. It just makes you feel, it's so like rewarding and wholesome, and like it's just so much like reciprocal positivity,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those are awesome. And pieing in the face is always fun.
Oh yeah.
What kind of pie?
So we cheat. We don't. It would be ridiculous to have like 15 apple pies in my fridge at all times. So we use like those paper pie or tins, like those little paper tins, and we put Cool Whip in it.
Oh, perfect.
Fill it up. Yeah,
perfect. That's awesome though.
But there's always Cool Whip pies in your fridge.
That's part of our grocery list, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we always have Cool Whip in our fridge because of that.
That's a lot of Cool Whip to fill one of those, though. That's a lot to smush on your face.
Dude, right now, I've got like 4 or 5 of the tins. It's not even like a can. We just get like the bigger. I got like 4 or 5 of those in there. Yep.
Wow.
How many channel points is it to get a pie in the face?
It used to be 10,000, and then oh my God, that was horrible because
it was too low.
Yeah, I would get 3 streams maybe where it was like, no one's doing any pies, but then the 4th and 5th stream after that, I would get pied like 4 or 5 times, like at least in those streams back to back. So I raised it to, I think, 13 or 14,000 channel points. So it's still accessible.
Yeah, but a little harder.
Yeah.
That's why the truffle shuffle is 75,000.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yes, it's a great choice because that's somebody it saves. I have people that are like, I'm never going to spend, and they come in and they're like, this is called the truffle lurk, ! Lurk, and they won't say another word because they just want the points.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Everybody can find me on pretty much any platform at Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, of course, Twitch, and YouTube, all at Ono Play. So if you just Google that, you'll pretty much find me anywhere.
Awesome, man.
Even SoundCloud, actually.
You make music?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I made music for a long time, and I decided to
What kind of
Okay.
music?
It's a mix, like lo-fi, a lot of lo-fi. Been doing that for years, and I also play drums and like doom metal stuff. But that's not on SoundCloud. The doom metal stuff isn't there.
Well, that's awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I was happy to be here.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.